Hi, I'm Craig Maltman. Jessica Rose is out on assignment this week. An alert driver thwarts a man's suicidal attempt at death by trucker on a Georgia highway, and Kenworth and Toyota team up on a new hydrogen fuel cell electric rig.
Hi, I'm David Compton. Oil prices continue to rise, bringing pressure to the pumps, and a trucker is arrested in conjunction with a 28-vehicle accident that took the lives of 4 individuals. These are the stories we're covering and more on this edition of the Trucker News Channel. Global oil prices are rising in the wake of President Donald Trump's decision to impose sanctions on nations that import Iranian oil, and this could eventually climb to levels that would impact American consumers. Analysts are saying that by taking Iranian crude off the market, the price of Brent crude, which is traded internationally, could rise to $80 a barrel or even higher, depending on what happens in other countries where supply is at risk. The U.S. announced sanctions in November, but some countries got temporary waivers that allowed them to import Iranian oil. The U.S. now says those waivers, which primarily impact China, India, Japan, South Korea, and Turkey, will expire on May 2nd. Prices haven't been this high since late October.
A trucker's last-minute swerve saved the life of a man who was attempting suicide, and the whole event was captured on dash cam in Georgia on I-85. In this clip, you can see the trucker as he veers to the right and shoots the gap between the suicidal man and his parked van. The individual with the dash cam is driving an F-350 towing a 20-foot boat. He veers to the left. You can hear the mirror strike the man as he passes by. Luckily, there were police one exit away, got to the man very quickly, taking him into custody and psychic evaluation.
A flatbed driver is in police custody and is being charged with multiple counts of vehicular homicide after a fiery crash on eastbound Interstate 70 just outside of Denver that involved at least 28 vehicles, including 4 semis. 6 people were taken to the hospital with injuries, including the driver of the truck, causing the chain reaction crash. A firefighter was also reported to have been slightly injured when a tire exploded. A video that was shot by a motorist who was stuck in the standstill just before the bridge shows the truck passing him on the shoulder at a high rate of speed. Seconds later, the driver exclaims, "Something's on fire," before he turns the camera to show smoke coming out from underneath the bridge. Several of the vehicles immediately caught fire after the chain reaction impact. The multi-vehicle crash also caused diesel fuel and other flammable materials to spill out onto the highway, which intensified the fire.
With CatScale's Weigh My Truck app, you can be in and out and back on the road in mere minutes. Simply register at weighmytruck.com and download the app to your smartphone. The more information you provide, such as company name, truck number, and trailer number, the faster your weighs will go, so be sure to include as much as possible. When you pull in, just line up on the scales, fire up the app, verify the information, and the cashier will take it from there.
The Kenworth T680 on-highway flagship was the featured Class B truck at a major zero-emissions trucking event at the Port of Los Angeles. Kenworth Truck Company and Toyota Motor North America are collaborating to develop 10 zero-emissions Kenworth T680s powered by Toyota hydrogen fuel cell electric powertrains. This effort is part of a $41 million zero and near zero emissions freight facilities grant awarded by the California Air Resources Board with the Port of Los Angeles as its prime applicant. The program's trucking partners are Toyota Logistics Services, UPS, TTSI, and Southern County Express. The fleets will run the Kenworth T680s equipped with Toyota's hydrogen fuel cell electronic technology in real-world operations, which will provide critical data for future development of the zero's emissions powertrain. Instructional Technologies, the providers of training solutions for the transportation industry, is making available OnRamp ELDT, which stands for Entry-Level Driver Training. The online training, testing, and record-keeping system helps CDL schools meet the new federal entry-level driver training standards that go into effect in February of 2020. On-ramp meets entry-level driver training mandatory theory training requirements on the 31 core curriculum areas required under the new standards, eliminating the need for CDL schools to create new ELDT compliant content. After students complete these courses, instructors can use a group training module to lead in-class discussions about real-world situations, answer individual questions, and this really cements the learning points.
A traffic cam caught a semi-truck plunging off an overpass in Cincinnati, Ohio at the 3rd Street exit on Interstate 471. In the video, you can see the rig that's making the curve of the roadway and then flipping over the guardrail and over the side onto Monastery Street below. 53-year-old Vincent Pinto and his passenger were trapped in the upside-down rig, and it took emergency crews nearly an hour to free the pair. Pinto sustained serious injuries but is in stable condition, and his passenger only sustained minor injuries.
If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to click the little red subscribe button below. You can also go to thetrucker.com to read the latest breaking news stories. That's all for this edition. Jessica Rose will be back next week. So on behalf of Dave Compton and myself, and everyone here at the Trucker News Channel, thanks for watching.